guys, this is Katie Shorey with Songwriters Vantage at the Taxi Road Rally 2011 with the lovely, the one and only Robin Frederick. Have you been having fun? You've been doing some panels and working at the Taxi Rally, right?
Oh, right. The rally is just every year I see so many wonderful songwriters. I get to talk to people. I get to hear music. I get to talk about what I love best, which is songwriting. And it's just a, wonderful 4 days. I absolutely love it.
We appreciate you being here. So let people know, well, first, of course, we're going to give your website. She's the author of a very popular book you may know, Shortcuts to Hit Songwriting. That is Robin. And now your newest book, which is Shortcuts to Songwriting for Film and TV. Very relevant these days. So you were talk to us about what you're doing now, really, with the licensing.
Well, mainly we're looking at the uses of songs in film and television because it's exploding. It's just an incredible market. I did the math. I just took a look at how many new shows were using songs, and I noticed that there are 50 primetime TV dramas that are using songs right now. If you figure that they each have 24 episodes and each one of them uses about 5 songs per show, which they do on average, it comes out to 6,000 songs in 24 weeks, in a 24-week season. So, there's ample room for people to be pitching their songs, get their songs in film and TV, and they're mostly using unknown, unsigned artists.
That's what I was going to ask you. Now, what about even though the labels are dropping their prices, are they still looking for that, hopefully, to save?
Yes, they are. And here's the reason why. It's not just money. It's that viewers come to these shows to find new artists, music by new artists. They want to hear something they haven't heard before. The other reason that they're not using known artists is because a known artist comes with a lot of baggage. Okay, so all of a sudden here comes a Kelly Clarkson song in the middle of a scene and people go, oh, I just love Kelly Clarkson. And it makes you drop out of the scene. So they love to have somebody that people don't have any previous associations with that they can use just to give their scene more energy, emotion, and atmosphere. And that's what they use unknown, unsigned singer-songwriters for every day.
How encouraging is that news? Do you feel that they at least need to have a fan base and be touring and have thousands of,
No, it's all about the song, and it's a recording. You have to pitch them a broadcast quality completed recording, but what that has to do is to create an atmosphere or evoke an emotion. And if your song does that and it's right for that scene, you don't have to be touring, you don't have to have a fan base. You want to have your songs at iTunes so you can sell them the next day when people go to buy it, but
the next hour.
Yeah, they do that. I mean, the next day sometimes you can have 20,000 downloads of your song if you get a good use in a primetime TV drama. And it doesn't matter what your name is, it doesn't matter where you live. People from all over the world are placing their songs in these shows. It's amazing.
Incredible. And would you have recommendations of the best way for people to, people who say, okay, well, I have broadcast quality music, how do I get it to the right person?
Right now, we have major music supervisors who are working on hit TV shows, who are screening right directly at Taxi to people's submissions. Plus, we have screeners who own music libraries who are pitching and getting placements in top films, TV shows. It's wide open. And we have people from all over the world who are pitching and getting placements in shows like Sons of Anarchy, The Glades, Parenthood, Friday Night Lights, you name it. Pan Am, which is a brand new show, in its very second show in the brand new season, we had a Taxi member have a song in that show.
Awesome. Yeah. So would you then you're saying it would help an unknown songwriter with this great music to find a vessel for that person to then get it to the right TV show, like work with someone, or go through Taxi like you're saying, or a library.
A library is a great way to get your songs into film and TV. These libraries do nothing but research, network, and pitch songs.
They get the key phrase and they go, right?
Yeah. And now you can do it DIY, but it takes a lot of research. You're going to be spending more time doing business than you are writing your songs. And so that's why pitching services like Taxi or a music library like Crucial Music is a great place to get your music in.
Absolutely. And then you have your music you've already done, but then of course you see a submission, and this is what you do all the time, is you write right then, probably in a day you've got a song for something.
If you're right, what I did for years was I wrote songs on demand for TV shows. And It's a great experience. A lot of people think they have to wait for inspiration to strike, or they have to wait and take a long time to write a song. You needn't necessarily do that. Let's say that you see an opportunity for an ad agency, immediately looking. They need it urgently. They always need it urgently. Yes. So we need, by the day after tomorrow, we need a whimsical, playful, upbeat song that people can dance around to for a leading hotel brand. And if you can put something together quickly, if you don't already have something, if you can put something together quickly, you can pitch that, and you may get heard by the ad agency. They may pitch you to the client.
I love it. Do you have any tips, any quick 30-second tidbits of wisdom for our songwriters who would just, love nothing more than to do what you're doing?
Absolutely, absolutely. There's some very basic things that are easy to do that'll help you get your songs ready to pitch to film and television. For example, the first thing I always tell people is you should make sure that your song has a single emotional focus. Be sure that you talk about the emotion rather than telling a story. If you're telling a story, it might conflict with the script and what the script and the characters. If you've got a song called Sarah and there's not a character called Sarah, you're going to have a problem pitching that song. So keep your lyrics universal. Avoid proper names, place names, and dates. And be sure that you keep your song focused on an emotion or an atmosphere or a mood, because that's what they'll use underneath that scene. Most important of all, study the uses of songs that are right there on your TV. Watch more TV. And also, music supervisors are considered the new A&R. But there's so many uses for your songs. And what you want to do is watch more TV. I know people don't usually tell you to do that, but that's really what you should be doing. But watch it like a songwriter. Look for the song uses. So check out a show like Vampire Diaries, which uses a lot of songs in every episode, and notice how the songs are used to add energy to a scene, to express emotion for the characters when they're not speaking, when they're thinking interior thoughts. A song will often come in and fill in for those emotional thoughts. So be sure that you keep your song focused on a single central theme, and that will usually work best for TV scenes.
And then know also what you're pitching to, of course, right?
Oh, absolutely. Be sure that you watch the show and you know what style of music do they use. So we have a new series called Heart of Dixie. They're using country, mainstream country and alt country. So you'd only want to pitch those kinds of songs for that show. If you're looking at Vampire Diaries, you're going to hear a lot of singer-songwriter, very young, very contemporary, very indie. These are not heavily produced, slickly produced tracks. You can do this in your bedroom at home. Yeah, so
is it a guitar vocal, a piano vocal, some harmonies, something like that?
Exactly. You can do a guitar vocal, and as long as that expresses the emotion that's in your song, listen to Adele. She's got guitar vocals like Daydreamer. That's used in a lot of shows.
Her new one's just piano and vocal.
Exactly. So take a look at those, how they're mixed, how they're recorded. Boy, that vocal's right up front, and there's plenty of emotion in that vocal. So be sure that you feature the emotional content of your song. Really commit to the lyrics. If you're a singer-songwriter, really dig into those lyrics emotionally. Think about actors, being a good actor. Get that across on screen, and it'll really work. Because your song is like a character in the scene. That's really how these things are being used.
Fits into the story of what they're trying to say at that particular time.
Exactly. So if you've got a voice that's a little more mature than, say, the youthful characters in this, you might want to hire a singer to come in and sing for you, because you want to think about casting just the way they cast the actors. Think about casting your singer.
That's an interesting tip, too. And, on that note, I'm sure that it's much easier or a quicker process when you own the music, you own your publishing.
Well, one of the reasons that music supervisors prefer to use unsigned, unknown artists, which they do a lot, is because when they come to you, you're a one-stop shop. They can license the song from you, and they can license the master recording. Now, be aware that many times they're going to come to you with a take-it-or-leave-it deal. They're going to say, okay, we have $1,000 all in, which means that's for the sync and that's for the master use license. We have $1,000 all in, and you're going to say, fine. You know, you're not going to sit there and try to barter with them because these people know what their budget is, they know what they can afford, and usually that's what they'll give you. It's pretty fair. And you're going to make money on the back end from performance royalties, iTunes downloads, any soundtrack albums. So don't be afraid to say yes to the deal.
Now, do you mean, is this something where they almost always want 100% of the publishing or the rights for a year, or how do, you know?
Now I'm talking about making a deal directly with the music
The
supervisor.
sync and the...
Yeah, directly with the music supervisor or the ad agency. If you're making a deal with the music library, then they're going to want to take 50% of your of the licensing fees. They may or may not take part of your performance royalties. So just read the contract carefully. The first time you sign one of these, you can talk to an attorney. After that, most of these deals look alike. Yeah.
And you get the hang of it. And wonderful, excellent advice for our writers out there. And now, how do we find you, and how can people, I know that you do continue to teach and
Mostly I work at Taxi now, and I write the books. I am on Taxi Ustream, the Taxi TV Ustream channel. You can come to my website, robinfrederick.com, and find tips and free stuff and ideas for songs, all kinds of stuff I put on my website.
beautiful website.
And come to me, visit me on Facebook, where I post things regularly, all kinds of tips and links. I'm on Facebook. Just look up Robin Frederick, and you'll find me.
She's amazing. And then the robinfrederick.com, and check out the Shortcuts to Hit Songwriting, huge book. And now we are very excited. I cannot wait to read Shortcuts to Songwriting for Film and TV. Very relevant, obviously, for these days. And we really appreciate it, Robin.
Oh, thank you.
Love her. So for now, Katie Shorey with Songwriters Vantage signing off from the Taxi Road Rally 2011 with the one and only Robin Frederick. Thank you, Robin. Bye, guys. Yes.